It's getting froggy in here. It must be frog foot holler time. All right, guys. So y'all saw me the other day put up this, well, nice little trellis system for my rattlesnake beans. And then I got to thinking, what else could I use this trellis system for? Like I said, I'm giving it the best trial I can this year because first time using it, and I want to see what all it can do. So, y'all know all these T-posts I've been using in my garden and everything? Well, those are normally what I trellis my tomatoes with. And, well, yeah, I think I'm going to try trellising tomatoes with this horticultural netting, Hortanova. Bleh, that's a mouthful. I'm going to try to trellis my tomatoes with this netting right here that I got from Haas Tools. And I tell you, if it actually works, it's going to save me a lot of time putting up T-post. Now, this right here, this row right here, I'm going to put up another trellis just like this one, and we're going to be putting out 24, well, 12 sun gold cherry tomatoes and 12 black zebra tomatoes, and well, that totals 24. Yeah. Now, we're going to be doing that, and I'm going to be using the trellis to tie up the tomatoes as they grow bigger. Now, will the 24 tomatoes take up this entire row? Nope, not even close. So we're also going to use the netting for some of my heirloom tomatoes, such as my, well, mortgage lifters, purple Cherokees, the other ones I can't think of right off the top of my head. I got more. Either which way, we're going to be putting all those right here too. It's going to be a crowded row, but it's not going to be so crowded because I got to make sure I have airflow through the plant so that way they don't get diseases. Now, guys, we're going to jump into super frog mode and we're going to jiggy with the frog. Yeah, buddy, and get this netting up or trellis up. The netting is the trellis, but the trellis is the netting. Yeah, we're jumping into super frog mode. Alright guys, so we got the trellis system up and you might notice it's a little floppy. Well, reason why is because eventually I will be coming back with some support posts on these right here and making it higher. So this is not permanent. I am going to go ahead and get it higher just a little bit later on. Now, as y'all can see, we've laid out all 24 tomatoes. Some of these are in the paper cups, and some of them are just the plugs from Haas tool trays. I found 6 more of each variety I wanted to plant. They were healthy enough. I believe they'll do fine. So total, I'm going to have 24 cherry tomatoes. Guys, this tongue twister I tried last time, just good gosh. All right, let me see if I can do this again. In total, I have 24 cherry tomato plants that are going on this row. That's a lot of cherry tomatoes, seeing that I had 2 last year and had more than enough. The sun gold alone produced like 1,000 cherry tomatoes. We're gonna be overloaded, y'all. All right, so I wanted to show y'all a little bit about this paper cup and how I'm planting it. So let's take a look at that. All right, guys, so this is one of my black zebra cherry tomato plants. And as you can see, it's in the cup. Now with these cups, you can bury the entire cup. But the first thing you want to do is make sure you open the bottom of it and tear off the bottom. All that does is allow the roots to go ahead and get in the ground without having to worry about this stuff. So as you can see, I already got some little roots going down through there. So it's time to plant. Now we're gonna dig a nice hole for this thing, just like this. Now these are still fairly small, but we're gonna bury them about like that. And we're gonna take and push this dirt back around, all the way around like that. And there you go. Push it down, create your water ring, and boom, you got a planted cherry tomato. All right, guys, so me and my nephew are gonna get froggy and jump on the rest of this in super frog mode. Boy, I'm hoping my plants turn out as green as a frog is. All right, guys, so y'all just saw us plant our tomatoes. Those are our cherry tomatoes. And, well, the paper cups, I forgot to tell you something about those. When you're starting to plant those paper cups, you want to dry them out to where they're at least about 3/4 of the way dry. You want the bottom wet, but the top dry, so that way you can grab a hold to it without worrying about it falling apart. Plus, it makes ripping off the bottom a lot easier. Now, do you have to rip off the bottom so the roots can grow through it? No, you don't have to. It just makes it a lot easier for those roots to get into the ground if you go ahead and do it. But if you let your plants go too long in those paper cups, they can actually be growing through the paper and you not even realize it. So when you are messing with those cups and you're thinking about ripping the bottom off, if you do decide to do that, you want to kind of ease that paper up a little bit so you can see where the roots are. That way you don't damage the roots. If you do see that they are growing into the paper, just go ahead and put it in the ground, the whole thing. A lot better. Now, guys, y'all see my squash plants here? The other day I put that peppermint spray on these things so I can mask their smells and hopefully keep some of the vine borers and pickle worms away from the squash. Hopefully. And, well, I was worried about the peppermint oil being too strong in the water. And, well, I just sprayed it over all my squash plants. That was stupid. See, whenever you're doing something that you're experimenting with, you shouldn't go ahead and risk all your plants. And granted, these ain't all my plants, but they are all my squash plants in this particular garden. But I should have just sprayed it on one or two, left it overnight, and see how it did. But thankfully, everything turned out fine. Now, guys, I appreciate y'all joining in with me today. I sure have had a froggy time. I hope y'all have a good day, a froggy day, and stay green.